Good morning, everyone. My name is Bergeron. Today I'm going to be instructing you through a class called Gaitway. What we'll be working on here is mobility, walking, posture, and coordination. So for today, you're going to need an open space. We are filming today at Jones Beach, but for you, make sure you have a nice solid ground with nothing in the way. You are going to need about 5 feet to your right and 5 feet to your left. We're gonna do laps down and back of all these different type of walking patterns just to really challenge you and see how you can do. Now, if something doesn't feel comfortable, doesn't feel right for you, you feel a little too sketchy while doing it, I would definitely suggest maybe sit that one out, just stand up nice and tall, maybe take a break, hop down, have a seat, and that provides for anything. It's gonna be about a half an hour of walking. So if you need a break at any time, take a break for a lap or two and then hop back in when you're ready. So what I would like you all to do is come to the beginning of your lap. I'm going to start mine over here. First off, I would like chest up nice and tall, abs tight, and then we're going to go high knees, walking on down. So try to pick up that knee as high as you can, roughly about 90-degree angle in that knee, and make sure your toes are not lazy. You don't want them pointing down. Keep toes up with each stride. Now, when you get to the end here, this is up to you. You could turn around and do the same exact thing coming backwards, making sure you're not rounding at your back. Or if you feel comfortable, try it in reverse. So bring that knee up, step back, and switch sides. Now, you are gonna get a little sketchier on this one going in reverse, so feel it out. If you do a couple and it's not for you, then just turn around and finish your lap walking in forwards. Now from there, we're gonna add a little component to that. So instead of just using your arms, gonna work some coordination. So adding those arms in, opposite hand to opposite knee. Chest up nice and tall. You're not reaching and rounding into the knee. You're keeping chest up and just tapping the knee with that opposite hand. Breathing nice and fluidly. And when you get to the end of your lap, same thing. You can either turn around or you can try it in reverse. If you are going in reverse, just make sure you know what's behind you, what's alongside of you. For me, I don't have to worry about too much over here. And just make sure you keep that posture up tall. And very nice. So now from there, we're gonna do the exact opposite of high knees. So we're going butt kicks. Biggest thing here is make sure you don't bring that knee up with you. All I'd like you to do is just flick heel to butt, heel to butt. The biggest thing here is making sure you keep abs tight because you're going to want to arch backwards with each one. So chest up, abs tight, and then just flick heel to butt. Trying to get your heel to strike on the ground in front of you first. All right, and now from there, same rules apply. You could turn around, bring it back, doing the same thing, making sure you're not picking up the knee. Or if you're comfortable, you're going in reverse. This time you're letting the toe touch the ground with each stride. And very nice. So now from there, this is a very tricky one. If you cannot reach opposite arm to opposite foot, I suggest you just slap the air. So I'll turn around for a second so you all can see. What we'll be doing here is doing a crossbody butt kick and trying to touch the foot with the opposite hand. So you look just like so. But we're going to do it walking. Now, if you can't reach, you don't have the mobility to get there, don't be torquing your body and going like so. What I'd like you to do is just slap the air. So that way you still get opposite arm and leg, but now you don't have to worry about really reaching for it. So keep chest up, abs tight, do a crossbody butt kick, and do your best to touch that foot with the opposite sided hand. And then now from there, either turn around or try it in reverse. Make sure you're not getting into this pattern, especially if you're going in reverse. Keep that chest up nice and tall. All right, and very nice. Coming off of there, we're just gonna go into a nice forward walking pattern, but I like you to exaggerate your motion. So instead of just a normal walk, what you're gonna do is take a little bit longer of a step. So long step, long step. Each time you wanna strike the heel on the ground. When you get to the end of your lap, just turn around, same thing. Make sure you don't round into your steps. Keep that chest up nice and tall. As you can see, I'm striking my heel with every stride. Now we're gonna turn around and we're gonna try to increase your range of motion just a little bit more. So now take a longer step and right into the next one. Keeping chest up, abs tight. You're going to feel awkward. That's the whole point of this, just to mess with your balance a little bit and just change the way you usually walk. So let's go back, same thing, striking the heel with each one. All right, very nice. Now, building off of that, we're really gonna work the ankle. So proper walking form is heel strikes, toe off. Now, we're gonna really exaggerate that. So what I would like to do is strike your heel and then you're gonna come up on your tippy toe, strike up on your tippy toe. So we're really working that ankle joint as much as possible. And then turn around, no backwards on this one. Same thing, so strike the heel, up on the tippy, strike and up. All right, so you may find it tough to get up on those tippy toes, especially in a single leg stance, and that's okay. It's just something to really work onto. Now, from there, we're keeping your chest up nice and tall. We're going to do walking right on your tippy toes. So come up on those tippy toes as high as possible, chest up tall, try not to be slumped like so. Keep yourself up tall and walk as far as you can with those heels up nice and high. And then when you get to the other side, let's have you turn around and bring it on back. Still trying to walk nice and fluidly, abs tight, chest up. Okay, and very nice. So you may feel those calves getting a little crampy, and that's okay. You're just working them pretty well. Now from there, we're gonna go into lunges. Now, usually to do a lunge, you go for a nice deep depth. I don't really care how low you go. It's really all up to you. So like you do is take a nice step with your left, give just a little knee bend, and then right into the next one. Most important here is whatever foot is in front, make sure it stays flat and toes are straight. Also, as you step, you don't wanna take a short step and have your knee diving over your toe. Knee should be behind those toes. So take a big step, dip down a little, next step, dip down. Up to you. If you wanna go lower, feel free to go as low as you feel comfortable, but that back knee should never touch the ground. All right, and then now from there, turn right around, and we'll do the same thing coming back. No backwards on this one, it's a little tough. Dip it down, and next one, making sure you're not rounding in. Chest up, abs tight. Okay, all right, so now that we got these legs pretty warmed up, what I'm gonna have you do is a little bit of active stretching. So from here, we're gonna take a knee and pull it right into your chest. Now, I'll give you different modifications in case you can't. So try to take your left knee, pull it up. You're gonna feel wobbly with this one because you're staying on a single leg a lot longer than we have been. And then switch sides. So just pull it up, drop it down, pull it up, drop down. You wanna keep that chest up tall. The faster you move, the easier it will be. If you really slow it down, it challenges your balance a whole lot more. So you can modify as needed. And now let's bring it right back. Making sure you're not rounding in. Keep that chest up. Okay, and very nice. Now from here, working off of that type of motion again, Most important part is not reaching towards the foot. You're just extending your arm out. So chest up nice and tall, left leg goes up, right arm reaches. Now I'm getting a stretch right behind my leg and my hamstring, calf. Sometimes we'll go into the butt and the lower back. And we'll just keep going from one right into the next. Do your best to strike your heel on the ground. So heel and then flatten the foot. All right, now turning around, just really make sure now that we've done half a lap, for that rest of it, make sure you're not rounding in like this. You want to keep yourself up as tall as possible. All right, now moving off of that, what I'd like you to do is take a step forward with your left leg. Right leg goes parallel, so make sure one's not in front of the other. They should be side by side, chest up, arms out. Give a little squat motion. Come up, squeeze the butt. Left, right, drop down, come up. Most important part here is make sure your heels aren't picking up and your knees aren't diving over your toes. If you feel heels pick up, or you can really feel those knees shooting forward, stick hips backwards. And that's gonna help you flatten those feet to the ground. Making sure you lead with that left leg the entire time. Now, I don't care how low you go. You can do whatever makes you feel comfortable, but try to go a little bit lower with each one as long as you're not collapsing into it like so. You wanna keep yourself up nice and tall. Now on the way back, we'll turn around and do that same exact thing. So still left leg, right leg, squat. Left, right, squat. If you decide you don't need the hands in front of you like that and you want to just let them rest by your sides, go for it. One last one coming up right now. Okay, and now we're gonna do that same thing, but because I like working coordination, we're gonna do opposite leg, leading. So now right leg steps, left leg's parallel, arms out, squat, go right into your next one. Don't forget about squeezing the butt as you rise up. You can also breathe out as you rise up, making sure both feet are aligned and parallel from one another, never squatting when you are in a staggered stance. And then if you get tired, but you still want to keep going, maybe do a half a lap. You don't have to do a full lap. And good, spin around, bring it back. Last set of squats. So yeah, with any of these, feel free to do as little or as much as you feel comfortable doing. Really making sure you keep chest up and you're not collapsing in for these last couple. Okay, now what I'd like you to do from there, I'm gonna show you face on before I start doing my lap. We're gonna bring feet together, as close together as you can get them. Chest up. Now I'm going to step out at a 45-degree angle. So I'm gonna step out 45 degrees, and then my left leg trails in. And then left leg goes out 45 degrees, and then I trail that right leg in. So starting off right here, feet together, chest up, left leg out, together, right leg out, together. Making sure you're not rounding into these. Keep yourself up tall, look straight ahead. If you like to add some breathing in there, you can breathe out every time you take a step. Okay, now, little tricky part. You could either turn around, do it forwards again, or you could try reverse, which will be very tricky. So step backwards 45 degrees, feet together. And then opposite leg together. Take it slow. So start off nice and easy, just like so. And then if you get the rhythm, try to pick it up and go a little quicker. But don't push off too much, because then you may want to topple over to the side. So stay in controlled even if you're picking up the speed. This one you may want to push your chest down as you go forward. But remember, as usual, chest up tall, look straight ahead. Last one with that right leg. And very nice. So now we're gonna bring that one to a new level as well. So we're adding in the tippy toe walks we did in the beginning with this 45-degree step. So this one I would suggest going a little bit quicker. That way you don't get too sketchy being on your tippy toes. So feet are together, come up on those tippy toes, take a step out, right leg, in with the left, out and in. So this one is a quicker pace. So not so slow. Keep those heels up, nice and high. I would suggest for this one, you just turn around and then you bring it back the same forwards direction. Now, if you're very comfortable, you could try it in reverse, but I would say at least go in forwards for your first time. And very nice. Now, leading off of that, we're gonna start moving laterally. So, we have toes straight, feet flat, chest up. Give a little bend in your knees. Make sure you're not crowding forward like this. Keep yourself up tall. Now take a step out with the left, right leg comes in. Now make sure that left toe isn't pointing way out to the left as you do this. You wanna keep everything nice and square forwards. Even your shoulders, so you don't wanna be opening up and stepping out like this. Keep shoulders square straight ahead and just go one right into the next. And then bring it back, same thing. Make sure that right toe isn't going off to the right. Keep it nice and straight, chest up, abs tight. Last one. Okay, so now for these, we're gonna work a little bit different. So we're gonna go for speeds. We're gonna do 3 speeds, that was slow. Now let's go medium, keeping those toes straight. Step out, together, step out, together. And this is all up to you. If you can't go quicker, keep it at a lower pace. That is completely fine. And then we're gonna bring it back, same thing. Chest up, nice and square. Okay, and now we're going for speed. So don't lose control of your feet. Make sure they're not pointing out to the sides, keep them straight, chest up, knees bent. Now, you could either go quick like this, or if you feel comfortable to give a little skip in your step, go for it. All up to you, whatever you feel most comfortable with. Let's go for one more of those quick ones. Try to go even faster if you can. Abs tight. All right, now another very, very important one. I think it's a huge fall prevention exercise. It's called the karaoke or the grapevine. You may have heard it in both ways. What we're gonna do here is take our right leg, bring it in front of our left. Left leg comes around, right leg goes behind, left leg comes around. So we're gonna keep going, one right into the next. So it's foot in front, side by side, foot behind, side by side. Do your best to not look straight down like this. Try to keep chest up and look ahead of you. And then we'll do that same thing, leading the opposite direction. Left leg in front, left leg behind. Keep that chest up, look in front of you. You are intentionally tripping yourself to increase your balance. I'll explain this exercise in a little bit after we finish. Now we're gonna do the same thing with this one. If you feel comfortable, keywords, go a little bit quicker. Foot in front, foot behind, foot in front, foot behind. If you want to get those arms to swing a little, feel free. And then bring it back. This is a nice medium pace, and then we're gonna go for one more at a fast pace. Okay, so now all up to you, how quick you feel. If that's your fast pace, do it again. If you can pick it up and go a little bit quicker, let those arms really swing how they want, give it a go. Just breathing naturally throughout, however your body wants to, and freeze right there. So, with all those being done, now moving to the side, we're gonna step up and over our hurdle with both feet. So, take that left leg, bring it up and over your hurdle. Right leg, which is the most important right now, up and over. picking this right leg up is the most important part. So up and over, make sure you don't slide it in. You're going up and over. I don't care how big your hurdle is, as long as you do your best to get both feet up and over without rounding into it. Huge posture exercises we're doing today. And now we'll bring it back, making sure, as usual, when we go sideways, you're not pointing your foot out. So bring right leg up and over. Now left leg is most important. Make sure that left leg comes up and over with each one. Okay, so I like this one a lot, really good for hip mobility. So let's go one more time, now trying to bring it up and over even more. So more than the first time you did, and second one comes in. I don't care how big that hurdle is, just do your best to keep getting it up nice and high. If you feel a little snap, crackle, and popping in those hips, that's okay, as long as there's no pain. All right, and now bringing it back. Make sure both toes are straight, chest is up, nice and square to what's in front of you. One last one. And good. So going back to the karaoke, and why I wanted to explain why it's such a great exercise. So karaoke or grapevine, however you know it, the foot in front, side by side, foot behind, is we are intentionally tripping ourselves to help our balance. I've seen this with multiple people. I've actually had clients, class participants tell me this has saved them from a fall, which is what I love to hear. So from here, what this is really doing is when you kick that leg over and you have to move yourself out of the way, that is just helping really your brain remember what to do if you go to trip. Now, sometimes we get lazy, we're not paying attention, you have an uneven surface like I have here. What you may do sometimes is not pick up your toes enough, your toe stubs, and when your toe goes to stub, you don't know what to do. A lot of people just kind of fall forward. If you practice the karaoke on a daily basis, when you go to stub that toe, your brain is immediately going to kick it over, and then it gives you that extra couple steps to get yourself safe. So I've had one of my class participants from Dartmouth actually tell me, she goes, Cam, I stopped the fall the other day. It was all because of the karaoke, and what you said worked. She goes, I stubbed my toe and I didn't think about it. My leg just kicked out in front of me and I saved myself from falling. So that karaoke is a hugely, hugely important activity to practice daily, just to help yourself. It's all about rewiring the brain. Now, next I want to bring you in something that I would definitely say be careful of. Now, I have this uneven surface, not the greatest thing to do it on, but I would suggest you go near your counter or something you can hold on to. So what we're going to do is the sobriety test, aka the tandem walk. So if you try to stay moving, it's going to help. The more you're just stationary, it's going to make you feel a lot more sketchy. So what you're going to do is start off by bringing one foot in front of the other, heel to toe, and then go to the next one. If you need to step out for a second and bring it back in, go for it. But make sure you're not just staring down at your feet, because now you're hunching your back and you actually have a lot of weight leaning forward like this. Keep chest up tall. I know you want to look down at those feet and make sure you're getting them, but your brain will do that automatically, and you have the feedback of touching heel to toe to make sure. You may start off by going a little bit wider, and that's what I suggest. So if you feel way too sketchy in this narrow position like this and you kind of don't feel comfortable, widen your stance. So now I'm in a staggered stance, but I can still move heel to toe. And then as you get comfortable, draw that leg in. So let's keep going just like that. Keep yourself up tall, try not to be in here. Just look straight ahead, focus on a non-moving point. And then from there, you can spin. If you're very, very comfortable, give it a go in reverse, but I would definitely say maybe wait a couple times before you get really good at it going in forwards. So once again, chest up, bring one foot in front of the other, heel to toe, and then right into the next one. Like I said, you can take a little step out if you feel sketchy in between. Especially if it's your first time trying this, you could always step out, step in. But if you feel comfortable just to walk one right into the next, I would definitely say go for it. And very nice. All right, so now we're gonna do a little bit of speed walking, but I want you to make sure you control your manner in which you walk in. So don't just flat foot shuffle. Make sure you give a nice heel to toe. So let's start off at like a moderate to fast pace. So heel, push off with your toe, heel, push off. So it's not a long, exaggerated stride. It's a normal stride, but we're just going quicker and trying to really propel ourselves. Now, round two, same speed. This is where biomechanics really plays a huge role in walking. What I'd like you to do is opposite. So I lie. Let's slow it down a little bit to get this in. Left leg forward, right arm forward. Left arm, right leg. And just chop up the motion, making sure you have opposite sides going in the front with each one. So chest up tall, capitalize on those arms, really try to get that opposite arm and leg motion in. And then now let's pick it up and go to the faster pace, still doing opposite arm and leg. So chest up tall, nice quick walk, turn around, bring it right back. And good. Now, last one, let's make a nice quick walk, making sure you're still striking your heel first with every stride. Not flat footing, shuffling, nice full range of motion in that ankle. So really practicing different walking patterns, different speeds, different directions is very, very huge at just keeping your body functional. So I would suggest doing all those or as many as you can do daily. This is type of stuff where you're not resisting, you're not lifting any weight, so all this walking patterns can be doing daily. Now, I said before about rewiring your brain. That's exactly what we're doing here, trying to change your walking pattern, get you out of being hunched over and shuffling, which a lot of people do, a lot of. So, chest up nice and tall. What I'd like you to do from here, we're gonna go for a little bit of a wide stance. I wanna do a couple stretches with you. So, chest up, wide stance. Number one rule is never rounding into these. If you feel yourself rounding, then maybe stay away from this stretch. But what I like you to do is toe straight, wide stance. Also, your knees can be straight like mine are now, but they should not be locked backwards. I don't care how much the knees bend, as long as you don't lock them back, and as long as you get a nice stretch in your hamstring, calf, butt, or lower back. So I'm going out wide, chest is up, I'm pivoting from my hips, I'm not rounding my back. And I'm just going to lower myself until I get a nice stretch behind my legs. Now keep chest up tall. Your positioning should look like this, and it should not look like this. So keep yourself up, breathe nice and deeply, in through your nose, out through your mouth, and hold. We're gonna be here for about 15 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and come on up nice and tall. So I'm gonna go back to front view for you. Feet are at wide still. A little bend in those knees, chest up. Now pivot at the hips, not rounding. Keep that chest up. Now bring your right hand towards your left toes. Now you're gonna get a stretch in the left side of your body, behind that left leg, and just hold. You might still get a stretch in the right leg, but you should have a greater stretch in that left. Once again, make sure you're not rounded out, because then your body weight goes forward and you kind of feel sketchy, like you're going to fall forwards. 10 seconds. 3, 2. And now slowly transition, left hand all the way to right foot, and hold. Make sure that right leg doesn't lock backwards. You want to keep a little bend in that right knee. And then hold right at mild discomfort or a little past it, breathing deeply. In through your nose, out through your mouth. 4, 3, 2, come back to the center, and then chest up, come on up nice and tall. So now from there, what I'd like you to do is come down. Now you could go to the couch, you could go to the bed to do these, or you could go to the floor if you're comfortable doing that. What I'm gonna start off doing is just coming down to my knees. Now, biggest thing here is make sure your toes are not dug into the ground. You want to have those toes pointed away so the top of your feet is flat on the ground. Now, start off by sitting back slowly to your heels. If you're very tight in the quads, you may notice that you're in a curled position and you're getting a good stretch already. So I want you to find a mild discomfort or slightly past it stretch. If you can sit up tall, sit up nice and tall. Try to get away from that rounded position. If you need to be the rounded position because that's how you have to stretch because you're tight in this scenario, it's okay. Other than that, chest up tall. Hold that stretch here. Now, if you can sit back to your heels and you still don't get the greatest stretch, lean back. You can bring your arms behind you, and then you could hold just like so. And we're gonna hold this for about another 15 seconds. So hold at mild discomfort or slightly past it. Breathe fluidly, and then just relax. 4, 3, 2, and very nice. Come on out of that. And now let's finish up today with a butterfly stretch. So seated on your butt, what we're gonna do is bring feet together. So bottom of your feet are together, your knees are out. Now doing your best to make sure you're not looking like this and round it out. What you wanna do is grab your ankles, grab your shins, and puff up your chest. So sit up nice and tall. This is the positioning you should be in, not round it out into here. So with those rules in play, what I like you to do is sit up nice and tall. Now, if you get a stretch in your inner thighs or groin as is, keep it. That's great. If you need more, use your elbows to push down on your inner knees, and you'll definitely get a stretch. Now, just do your best not to cave in. Puff up that chest, sit up nice and tall, and just apply pressure to get a nice mild discomfort. Stretch in the inner thighs. Be here for about 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and come on out. So now if you're on the ground like me, I want you to try a nice little mobility drill. So what you're gonna do is keep feet flat, knees are bent, arms are behind you and to your sides. Now I'm coming up on my knuckles, and then what I'm gonna do from here is pick my butt up, bring one foot to the side, other foot to the side, one hand to the front, and then try to stand up from that position. So it's just a nice way to kind of get yourself down and up off the ground without having to go down on one knee and rounding up into it. I know some of you may not be able to do that position, and that's okay. That's just for some. So I always like to add a little advanced, a little bit less advanced exercise in all my classes. So today this was Gaitway. We did a lot of walking patterns. Hopefully those legs feel okay. They'll probably be a little bit sore tomorrow. And I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye everyone.